When you go all electric with these, you now have your air source heat pump that's, doing the compressor to bring in heated value air. And then if it's too cold, you have an electric resistance. It's called a plenum heater. It's an extra little bit of heating in the ductwork, and it's like 10 kilowatts of energy. And an iron, a clothes iron, is about 1 kilowatt. So you can picture like 10 irons lined up in your ductwork, and that blasts on when it's like really cold. So that's why it's a little you don't want to have to turn to that unless you have to, because it's a big draw on your own home and the grid and everything. But that is how we're going all electric right now in the Twin Cities.
The idea is that we electrify all elements of our buildings, and that we use the electricity provided by the grid, which is increasingly solar and wind and batteries. Currently building 8 projects. We've got another 12 expected to be put into the ground in spring of the next year. We have 35 wells active as of the end of this year, and we're quickly expanding to other states as well.
I work for I do the Department of Energy weatherization audits for a community action project. So I'm serving low-income households. And even in its very conservative, extremely carefully vetted program layout, the collaboration of the Department of Energy and the state, who rolls it out, so the Department of Commerce in Minnesota, are allowing that we can recommend heat pumps for houses that are currently all electric. We can't do mixed fuels yet, but they're just trying to be very cautious to make sure there are no grave errors or mistakes that make heat pumps look bad, because heat pumps are the future. Americans just are slow to uptake smart things. But once it's proven, on an all-electric basis where it's obviously the right thing to do, then they'll start opening it up further. But the fact that these very conservative, in a sense, programs are allowing heat pumps to replace existing heating systems is a really good sign. They, of course, want to be sure that you have some kind of a backup. So if it's all electric, it'll probably be a standard resistive electric furnace behind your heat pump. But the heat pumps that are coming out now are good to most temperatures that you would encounter. Like, I think they're saying like 95% of the time or 97% of the time, even in our climate. Maybe.
Never count out technology, because who would have thought that we would have, can't see it, who would have thought that we'd have smartphones? That was on Star Trek. We didn't think we were going to have phones that we carried around with us, but I agree that battery technology will improve, and it'll be better than what it is. The nice thing about hydrogen and ammonia, at least ammonia, is that you can move it around. Wind is very location dependent. So we can have wind in just across the border here in South Dakota at 2 cents a kilowatt hour because they're at a higher capacity factor, and we can produce it for 3.5 cents. So then it's a question of, is it more cost effective to produce ammonia in South Dakota, transport it to farms, or is it more cost effective to build a wind turbine here in Morris and have a battery, as you said, basically a thermal sink or thermal load.
Why wood is the best thing to char is that it has a higher lignin content, and the lignin is where you end up getting the carbon for the sequestration, and it's the carbon form that it's in. It's organic compounds. So looking at it, benzene ring basically through there. We're disassembling those things and getting them reassemble into very large stable forms, and that interacts with the soil, and that's where you go from something that's going to last a couple of years in nature to something that'll last 1,000 or 2,000 years.
The process that is the most transparent and the least complicated is probably going to yield a product that is in its most basic form able to then be broken down again. So for me, that's wool, because I can see the wool grow on a sheep. We can shear it off. I'm gonna wash it, spin it, knit it into a sock, and I know exactly everything. I know some folks are sensitive to wool. Yes, exactly. So what I would recommend then is looking at things like organic cotton, things that are recycled. There's also a lot of really amazing recycled blends out there where they're taking that waste product, so diverting it from our landfills and blending it with new organic cotton as well, and bringing in things like linen or bringing in others, natural fibers again to kind of build that strength. So I would play around, and I know if your opinion of wool is very scratchy socks, there's a whole spectrum of wool out there, and the scratchiness is the size of the scale on the individual follicle, and it varies based on the breed. So maybe just find one that's got some smaller scales and you won't feel it as much. That's, for me, that's what I've found, is I'm wearing my wool long johns right now. So, but yeah.
Weatherization and electrification are boring, at least compared to solar. And
Yep.
So somehow I keep saying we have to make it simple. We have to make it low entry or no entry. And we have to make it, honest, trustworthy, straightforward.
I'm involved with my local electric utility, which is a cooperative. And I see as these for-profit grocers are moving out, that there's kind of a similar situation going on with food availability, that, in the era of starting rural electric cooperatives, the for-profit companies didn't serve the farmers, so the farmers formed their own businesses to provide the electricity they needed. And I'm wondering, has anybody looked at using that kind of a technique where, it's locally owned, locally run, and not for profit, and meant for the benefit of the community? You come together as a community, you form a nonprofit, and that nonprofit exists to serve. So, for example, you might take over one of these store spaces that's being vacated. You would buy foods in wholesale, and then with local involvement from the community, people working at the cooperative, people being on the board of the cooperative, making decisions about what the cooperative's direction is going to be and how they're going to serve the community. And then it takes some time, but building up a service that's not going to leave, because it is the community, right? it's anchored in the community. It's not, there's no incentive for them to pick up and move somewhere else. Yeah.
Starting this year, we began to add in-person activities to our chapter. The first was this gathering at the Bryce Hamilton Studios, where new and old chapter members gathered after the 2023 IRA training to talk about RVs, heat pumps, and incentives on a gorgeous stay in late May. We continued our activities with tabling at local venues, as well as volunteering at the Minnesota State Fair for each of the 12 days of operation.
Oh, climate change, it's time for us to act. Our habits and our ways to get our future back. What a world it'd be if we could all unite, fighting for some cleaner air to make our world that's bright.
What do you got? Floor is open.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Tim. Welcome, Todd. Hey, Joe.
Welcome, Joe.
Hey, Garrick. Welcome.
Welcome, Dan. You got some little blue dots that are following your eyes. I don't know if that's probably your screen reflecting. I don't know. You there? You got some.
Of course. Let's get that angle.
Okay.
Oh, I know that very well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Hey, Hobie.
Well, my interruption was some fly-by-night roofers who wanted to check for hail damage. So.
Oh. They're from like Texas or?
Yeah.
We haven't had any hail recently, have we?
Ken Keller told me that my only hope was if I blew something up early in my career, they wouldn't remember what I did. They just remember I did something.
If it snows, Renee, you'll be able to even talk more about climate change. You'll have a perfect example of climate change.
At the beginning, I'll just do my 5 minutes of blah, 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 blah.
Deck the halls with green solutions, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. 'Tis the season of resolutions, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. See the wind turbines turning round, solar panels on rooftops found. Reduce, reuse, recycle now, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. That's weird. In the garden, plant a tree. Fa la 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 la. Help the bees and butterflies free. Fa la 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 la. Turn off lights when you're not around. Save our planet, lets us down. Join the fight for a cleaner world. Fa la 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 la. Deck the halls with climate care. Fa la 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 la. Together we can all prepare. Fa la 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 la. Spread the word, inspire one another for a greener earth. Be the buffer. Reduce, reuse, recycle now. Fa la 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 la.